Hi everyone, my name is Emma Kushler and I'm here with Kyra Laster. We are two of the marketing interns for our 2020 virtual Detroit Dance City Festival. Today we're here with Hayley Midea, who performed in the Rivera Court Showcase at this year's festival. And we're going to be interviewing her to talk about her as a dancer, who she is, how she's connected to the Detroit dance community, and just her experience with our virtual festival.
How did you do this to me? Visit after visit after visit with my mom, my dad, my coach in the room with me. Was my back even fractured? The 2 doctors prior to you told me it wasn't. Larry, you've turned my entire universe upside down. Everything I thought I knew about my past and about myself has been altered. You had the incredible power to abuse without the patient ever knowing. You made me feel comfortable, like what you were doing was normal. I never thought to tell someone it made me uncomfortable. It was an inherently sexual treatment. What would it mean if I said I didn't like it? Would it make me different? Would it make me seem weird? Today I question how this admission affects me today. Did anxiety develop because part of me always knew? Did I develop a deep need to feel in control of every situation because in those moments I felt completely powerless?
So Hayley, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, I'm Hayley Midea. I grew up in Michigan, danced in Michigan my whole life, went to Western Michigan University, and graduated with a BFA in dance in April. And I recently moved to Chicago in September and am now dancing in Chicago with South Chicago Dance Theater and am teaching at different studios and doing our best during the pandemic here.
Cool. So can you tell us a little bit about the piece you performed during Rivera Court Stage, like the title, the concept, all that good stuff?
Yeah, so the dance that I choreographed and performed it. It was a solo. It is called Dear Larry. And the inspiration behind that piece is from my cousin. Her name is Taylor Helber. She is a victim and survivor of former USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. She spoke her testimony in court in 2018, and she spoke out against his sexual abuse and all the cases within USA Gymnastics. She was one of them. There was hundreds of girls who were impacted by him, and she spoke this testimony in court in 2018, and I recorded her reading this speech to him and set it to music. So that was what my dance was to her voice with some music in the back. And it was testimony to her and to honor her and her story and spread awareness of what happened and to let women know how strong and important their voices are within these hard circumstances.
That's so powerful.
I have like
every
chills
time
just
I see
hearing
it gives me chills. Yeah.
Yeah, so this wasn't your first time performing it. I believe you actually created it before this whole pandemic thing happened. So were there any like changes you had to make in how you were presenting it because of COVID?
There wasn't too many changes. I first created this dance a couple years ago and have performed it in different venues since then. The main difference was that it was virtual. There was no audience, so that was a little bit different. And there was like no stage lighting per se. We were in the court stage, so it was a beautiful setting. It was just a little bit different doing it in daylight. It was beautiful though, and I enjoyed performing there a lot. It was great. Didn't change too much of the dance was the same. All the choreography was the same. But yeah, just practiced it a little bit before we came, dusted off quarantine. And yeah.
Yeah. So this is your first time participating in DDCF, right?
Yes, this is my first time.
So how did you like find out about the festival, and then what were your expectations of it compared to like how it actually turned out?
Yeah, so I first found out about the Detroit Dance City Festival last year or the year before that. I knew other people who had participated in it, which was they had a great experience, and I saw an advertisement for it, and I was like, oh, I should submit my piece for it. and I just want to keep sharing my cousin's message. So I was like, I'm gonna try to do it as many places as I can. And at that time, I don't think quarantine or COVID was a thing yet. So I was planning on being in person. And then it switched to virtual, and I was just very happy that I was able to still perform in person. I think it's really cool that we still were able to go in and perform. We didn't just send a video. It was nice to like have another performance experience, even though it wasn't for a live audience. It was nice to be able to dance again and feel like our art is worth something still. It was really, really cool to still have that.
Absolutely. What was it like after 6, 7, 8 months of not performing and not sharing your dance work, and then suddenly getting to do so on a virtual platform? How did you feel like in the moment on stage?
It was really cool. I hadn't performed like that. That dance was the last thing I performed before quarantine happened. I performed it at ACDA, the College Dance Conference that was held at Western Michigan University, and that was the last time I performed. So it was really cool to be able to do the same dance again. I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to do it again because I didn't know what was going to happen with anything. So I was definitely nervous because it's a very difficult dance emotionally and physically. So I was like, oh no, how is this going to go after not dancing as much as I'm used to? So that was a little bit stressful. I had also got an injury like the week before, so I was a little nervous about that. So going into it, I was a little bit anxious, but once I got on stage, it felt completely normal again. And being able to perform this piece in particular really is such an emotional experience for me. There's nothing like it. It's so fulfilling for myself, but I know it's causing a greater good by sharing her message and exposing more people and showing her how much she means to me and so many other people. So I'm very happy that I got to be able to perform it again, and being able to do that in person after this long break was really great.
Yeah, that's great. So, what was it like performing it live, but then seeing it virtually?
Right. So doing it live, it was really great. Obviously, I loved doing it live, and then it's weird watching yourself dance, I would say. I like everybody who's watching the festival, this is their first time. It's like it could be live to them, like they maybe they thought it was, I don't know, but it's weird knowing like, oh, that's me. I'm sitting here and I'm watching me. Other people are watching me right now. It's like a weird feeling to be like everyone's watching this at the same time, because you always watch videos of yourself after the fact. It's just you watching yourself and you're like, oh, critiquing yourself, like watching, oh, that was okay, like, yeah, watching it. But it was a cool experience. I was in Chicago watching it, and it was the first time I performed this piece outside of my college education. So that was kind of a big step for me. I was like, wow, this is my first post-grad performance. So that was really cool. And it was nice to see the support from my friends and my people from my school and professors and friends and family. And it was a cool opportunity to share my dance with the Detroit community too.
That's really cool that your very first post-grad performance was here at our first virtual festival. It's a cool start of new beginnings for us.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, comments you have related to the festival that you want to share? If not, that's okay, but I wanted to give you a chance.
I think it's just really cool how Detroit Dance City Festival was able to put something together that was so organized in this new like arena, and we didn't know what to expect, but I think that they handled everything very well, and it was very thought out and communicated well, and I'm happy that I was a part of it.
Of course, and we're happy that you were a part of it as well.
Yeah, for sure.
That all of the performers had a positive experience and we were able to share your work with the world. Thank you so much, Hayley, for coming in and meeting with with me and Kyra. Everyone should head over to our official YouTube page where you can watch Hayley's performance of Dear Larry. You can find our YouTube on our website at DetroitDanceCityFestival.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at next year's festival. Bye.